Welcome to my February TBR. I noticed when I was watching other people's February TBRs after I had already created my own list of the books that I wanted to read in February, that February is the month that has Valentine's Day in it, so it's kind of the love month. If you go to, Target or Walmart or any store, there's pink everywhere. Love is in the air, and it would have made sense to try to capitalize on that vibe with my TBR. I'm realizing now that lots of people theme their TBRs to like what's going on with Christmas and Valentine's Day and stuff like that. Some people have like picked books for Black History Month. They like theme about what's going on, and I am way too dumb to have picked up on the future because I barely can see past the present. Which is to say, I think there's very little romance in any of the books I'm going to read, except maybe a little bit. I don't know. But let's go ahead and jump into my February TBR. Firstly, let's jump into the elephant in the room. I've started The Way of Kings. I meant to finish it last month, and I didn't, and I still have it on my TBR this month. And if I'm being honest, all I want to do is stop doing everything in my life and read The Way of Kings. But I've chosen to participate in some read-alongs, and I have other things that I want to read, and so I'm trying to pace myself. I've mentioned before that I get a little bit obsessive with the things that I am taking great interest in, so I could easily just put everything in my life aside and read The Way of Kings, but I'm trying to balance the things in my life better. But I fully intend on finishing The Way of Kings this month, anytime I possibly can get time to read it when I don't feel like I'm obligated to read something else or do something else in my real life with real responsibilities. I freaking love what I've read, by the way. If you haven't picked up on that so far, I freaking love every freaking thing that I've read in this book so far. Whew! I think I'm gonna like this one. Additionally, I'd like to read the next book in the Wheel of Time series, The Dragon Reborn. I loved The Great Hunt, as I mentioned in my wrap-up for last month. I want to jump right into it. I want to continue this. This is a real hot point in the story. I want to read The Dragon Reborn. I had a hard time, speaking of self-control, not jumping right into The Dragon Reborn after the last book. I'm going to try to do it this month. I'm going to have some big books this month. I don't know what I'm thinking is possible with my TBR, but we'll see. I'm going to be continuing along with the two read-alongs that I'm doing. Faye from Mystery Date with a Book is doing the Narnia read-along, and I'm going to be finishing up the Chronicles of Narnia series, starting with Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and then The Silver Chair, and then The Last Battle. Incidentally, at different points in my life, different Narnia books have been my favorite, but The Silver Chair was for probably the longest time, and Voyage of the Dawn Treader is also a popular one. I love that book as well. Additionally, Tia from Tiaandallthebooks and the Curly Reader channel are also doing the Anne-along 2020, which is an Anne of Green Gables read-along. And this month we're going to be reading the second book, which is called Anne of Avonlea. I'm sorry if this video is extra choppy. It's because I have a little bit of a cold and my throat is a little scratchy and I keep chugging water between a lot of my sentences. So yeah, I mentioned in the video that I liked the Anne of Green Gables book way more than I thought I would, and I really just want to see what happens to these characters because I fell in love with them. And it's just a real warm, fuzzy story that can also twist my heart like the last book reminded me, but I want to see what happens to Anne and company. The final book that I am putting on this TBR, I have no idea how I'm going to read all these books, but maybe I will. February is a short month. Another book that I have on this TBR is a science fiction book called Leviathan Wakes. It's the first book in the Expanse series, which was made into a television show. I've never seen the television show, but I've heard a lot of good things about the show and the books. I had one of my friends recommend that book here. I actually have had multiple people recommend that book. And also I know Daniel Green is reading it. He says that he's loving it. I'm really curious to jump into it. It's been a little bit since I read a sci-fi story, though all of my favorite books that I read last year were sci-fi. I want to try to get that done this month as well. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do all this in February. It's a short month. It's going to be a crazy month. My brother has a wedding coming up in March, so trying to make some plans around that. It has nothing to do with me, but it's family stuff. It gets busy. Finally, I almost forgot. Last month, I read Kings of the Wild, which is like Nicholas Eames' own new fantasy world, new fantasy series. It's a fairly different kind of thing than normal fantasy, but there is a sequel to Kings of the Wild, which was called Bloody Rose, and I got that from my library way faster than I was expecting to. Kind of inconvenient because I wanted to read The Way of Kings, and I got that book and I had to finish it before I have to return it to the library. I'm still reading it. I'm reading Bloody Rose right now, and I'll finish that this month as well. And that's my TBR for this month. What do you guys think? Have you read any of these books? What are your thoughts on them? Should I be prepared for anything? Did you love them? Did you hate them? What books are you guys planning to read this month? If you have a video where you're talking about TBR, you can put that down below. And if you don't have a video, you can just comment below what books you're planning on reading this month. Bonus points if you want to read any of the books that I'm reading this month so we can talk about it. That would be awesome. If you like this channel and you want to see me continue to talk about books, please subscribe to my channel. That would be so awesome. I would be so thankful for you. You can hit the bell to get notifications when I post new videos. You could also leave a like on this video if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, go ahead and hit thumbs down. I can take it. I look forward to talking about books more with you in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3. With me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.